hour and a half from me in Tennessee. I said, hey, I want to go see what they got. And they had a lot of stuff. First of all, my scent of the day, my scent of the evening, my work fragrance is from the house of Banana Republic. And it is M. This thing, good smelling fragrance. Nice, clean, fresh, green, spicy, perfectly suited for the spring or the fall. You know, it definitely reminds me of the spring because it's so green. When I think green fragrances, that's what I think. But to me, you get the same type of weather in the spring that you do in the fall and vice versa. So if you can wear it in the spring, you can certainly wear it in the fall. Great little inexpensive fragrance. You get a 100 ml bottle for about $25. Used to see this out all the time, but that was before COVID. But nonetheless, Banana Republic M, this is one you guys definitely need to check out if you like that crisp, green, fresh, white t-shirt or nice button-up, crisp type of fragrance. I really was smelling that throughout the evening when I was at work, and I just kept getting whiffs of myself, and I loved it, enjoyed it. Now, to the 5 that you came for. Let's get into it. This one, and I'll tell you the price of them as I go. I've already taken them out of the box, bought them Friday, spent some time with them Saturday, spent some time with them Sunday, so I could give you a little bit more detail on. This first one is making all the rounds. People love it. People talk about it. When I first sprayed it, I wasn't really sure about it. The box and the bottle kind of reminded me a little bit of Burberry, but not. And it is Ben Sherman's signature. Now, this one, for an EDT, it's pretty strong. It's a pretty strong fragrance, and I paid $10, $10.99 to be exact, for this 50 ml. Do I think it's worth it? Yes. When I first sprayed it on, I wasn't really sure about it. I was just like, I don't know about that one. But after spraying it on, spending some time with it, decent atomizer, nothing out of the ordinary or nothing just extravagant over the top. Not a Dior or a Sean John 3 AM atomizer. Okay, what I get from this is oud. Really, really good entry-level oud. That's what I get, or agarwood. I don't get signature. This is not a signature scent. Not a signature scent at all. What this is a great fragrance for somebody who wants to smell sophisticated on a budget. That's what I get from this one. If you don't like oud, I don't think you will like this fragrance. If you've been looking for an oud fragrance that's pretty wearable, that smells pretty good, and you can keep some money in your pocket, this may be the cheapest alternative out there that I have seen. I have several oud fragrances from Mancera because I like the way that they do oud. I have John Varvatos oud. I like it. I think it's good. Is it Dunhill? One of the Dunhill Icon lines. No, Dunhill Absolute. Dunhill Icon Absolute is an oud fragrance. I like it as well. Oud is a note I like. It's a note I like. I've grown into it and learned how to wear it, which a little oud goes a long way. Definitely wear it in the evening or on cooler days and you will be fine. I don't see this as a signature scent, but I do see this as a curveball, a change up, a change of pace type of fragrance. For $10.99, I definitely think you should pick up Ben Sherman's signature. I give it a plus. I think it's one that you should pick up. $10.99, you can't beat it. Where do I go next? This next one is from the house of Enrique Iglesias. And it is Deeply Yours. I need to make sure that's the right name. Let me see if I can grab that box real quick. Hold on, guys. I'm pretty sure that's the name. Give me a sec. I'll just show you the box while I got you. Attention. I hope that doesn't mess up the mic. Yeah. Enrique Iglesias, Deeply Yours. Now, let's get that out of here. This one, if you live in the southeast where the temperatures are still warm, or you live in a warm climate, this one is going to be good for you. Nice dark juice. This one is a freshie. Deeply Yours kind of hints at it being a romantic type of fragrance. I was expecting a dark, sexy, maybe chocolatey, romantic type of fragrance, and that's not at all what you get here. What you get is a fragrance that, in my opinion, is suited to be worn in the daytime, warmer climates, very casual, very easy to wear. Does it smell good? Yes. Yes, it has some sweetness to it with something in it that makes it very fresh. Maybe that's cucumber or something, I don't know. But it has a little bit of sweetness to it and a little bit of freshness, which I think makes it kind of unique because you don't get many sweet, fresh fragrances. It's very light. It's very light. It does remind me of something. I can't necessarily think of what it reminds me of right at this particular moment, but it is a fragrance that I do like. And I bought this because I have Enrique Iglesias Adrenaline, and I like that fragrance as well. I thought for $13 and $14, it smells good. And this one smells good as well. I want to say maybe it puts me in the mind of Versace's tell you it's not going to be the best, and it's sweeter than those two. So here we go. Imagine a little bit of the sweetness from arrows mixed with a little bit of the freshness from, I just said from Manu Fresh. And that's what you have with Enrique Iglesias. Not a monster performer, not a monster projector. Definitely one I suggest you keep casual. I would not try to dress this up. Definitely one that if you were going to wear a hoodie on a bright, pretty day, I think it's one that you can get away with. And the reason I say that again, or a nice cotton shirt or something that the material is going to absorb the fragrance. I think that would help with the longevity. Spraying this one on skin, I don't think it's going to get you any more than 3.5 to 4 hours. 5 if you have really, really good skin that holds the fragrance. If not, you're going to be looking at between the 3.5 to 4 hours mark. And I know some of you are going, that's not worth my time, but it's a $12 fragrance, and for $12, I think you're going to smell pretty good for that price. I like it. I like it a lot. And then some of you may be going, well, why would you pay $12 for a fragrance if it doesn't last? Well, maybe you're wearing it to bed. Or maybe you're, jumping out of the shower and you're just going to chill for the evening and watch a late night football game, or Monday night football. You've worked all week, come home, maybe fire up the grill, get your shower, and get ready just to chill. And you want to put on something, $12, you can't beat that. You can't beat it. It may not be the best performer, but it does smell good. Again, slightly blue, slightly fresh. A couple of fragrances come to mind. It smells also maybe like a better smelling version of Paris Hilton. For men, the one that smells like cucumbers. I'm not a fan of that one, but this one smells like a more wearable, better, masculine version of that. How about that? And it is Deeply Yours by Enrique Iglesias. And that one was $14.99. A little bit more expensive than the rest, but still. Another one that I'm thrilled about for the price point that I picked it up. And I've had a few fragrances from this particular young lady over the years. I know nothing about her, just the fragrances. I want to say, well, anyway, from the house of Nicole Miller, and it is Nicole Miller Black. Trying to find a clean space of skin. Ooh, I just smelled that again. I've definitely smelled the Deeply Yours before, and it's coming off like, and I know I say this in some of my videos and all, but it's giving me that same vibe again. Versace, YSL, very much designer. You dig what I'm saying? It's very much a designer fragrance. So it's not one that I'm encouraging you to run out and buy, but if you're in TJ Maxx or Burlington or Marshalls or somewhere and you happen to see it and you're curious about it, pick it up. I think it'll be okay for you. Pick it up. Now, back to the one I just mentioned, Nicole Miller Black. This one As I sit here and get myself ready to spray, I'm going to talk real quick while I let this one dry. This one, I'm sorry, the Ben Sherman signature is kicking. The oud in that thing is kicking. But again, it's not loud or obnoxious. But it is one you're going to want to keep the 3 to 5 sprays of. You're not going to want to go too heavy on the sprays. Because that oud, at least off of my skin, is coming through the forefront. It's very linear. It doesn't do a whole lot of moving. It comes out, hits your skin, and what you get, that's that. No, I'm not getting a whole lot of movement. Anything. Very linear fragrance, but again, for $10.99, I think I'm okay with it. Now, Nicole Miller Black. I think it's a great fragrance for this time of the year, where it's not too hot, not too cold. When I think black, I'm gonna show you the bottle too. Nice looking bottle. When I think black, I think dark, rich, or really, really sweet, like a Polo Black, or just anything like that, a Polo Double Black, or just any fragrance with black in the name. And this one, nonetheless, it's a good smelling fragrance. It reminds me a tad bit of Azzaro's Nighttime. So if you have nighttime, you may not like this, or you may not want this. This one is not as strong as Nighttime. Definitely more of an office scent, more of a chill, more of a laid back, easy to wear type of fragrance. Good for the office. It's not an in your face type of fragrance. Could you dress this up? I suppose you could, but I personally wouldn't. I would keep it extremely casual, extremely chill, just low key, like something I got on now. Nice t-shirt. Not that this is a nice t-shirt, but I just got off work, so, but it is what it is. But just a t-shirt and some jeans, or a polo, or it's football season, so you're going to hang out with the fellas and watch a football game. Something that, something along those lines. It's a $12.99 fragrance, so I mean, you can't expect a whole lot from it. Performance is par. It's not going to wow you with this performance, but it's not going to leave you going, man, I sprayed it on and I can't smell it 5 minutes later. But Nicole Miller Black is definitely one I'm glad to have in my collection. If you don't like light, fresh type of scents with a little bit of fruit in them, then you want to stay away from this one. If that scent profile appeals to you, then this is one that you should pick up. This is one that you should pick out. I think it would be okay on a date. Again, it's not one that's going to be protruding. It's not a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not an obnoxious in-your-face fragrance. It's a very chill, subtle, smell good type of scent. And a lot of people, I'm learning as I get older, prefer those type of fragrances. A lot of people like fragrances like this. They spray themselves 2 or 3 times with a very light fragrance, and that's all they can handle. Or they're dating people or married to people, and that's all they can handle. Everybody doesn't like a Sauvage type of fragrance, or Jupe, or Yope type of fragrance that announces you before you get out of the car. Me, I like those. I like my red tobaccos, but not everybody can handle that. So it is what it is. So if you like a light, sweet, fruity fragrance, try Nicole Miller's Black. That may suit you. I got 2 more, and they are from the same house, and I will show them to you at the same time. You have Nissans Petrol and Nissan Gtr. And these were the 2 cheapest out of the bunch, and the only 2 parfum concentrations out of the bunch, Petrol and GTR, and they were $6.99 each. You can't hardly beat that. Now, to tell you a little bit about each one of them, I don't particularly care for the caps, but I think they're supposed to look like exhaust tips. And Petrol is what an SUV that Nissan makes now. About this fragrance, because that's what you came for. I wore this one, I want to say Saturday. Now, for a parfum concentration, it's very light. It's a very light fragrance. Does it stick around? It does okay. performance is par. This is not as good as Armada, and I'm doing some research on Nissan fragrances. I know they got one called Udi or something that's supposed to be pretty good. Totally different bottle design. I think they're supposed to be pretty good, but I want to tell you about this one. For $6.99, I'm glad I have it. Again, it's one of those fragrances that I will spray on around the house because I spend a lot of time by myself, so I don't have to worry about impressing anybody else with my fragrances. Light, fresh, woody. It kind of reminds me of an oriental spice type of fragrance. It is definitely spicy and woody, masculine, but at the same time it's light. Again, it's not one that's going to be bam all up in your face. It's more chill, more subtle, more laid back. It does smell good for a $6.99 fragrance. I think if I put this in a decan and send it to you, you wouldn't think, well, that's a $6.99 fragrance. I don't think you would at all. I think you would think that's a nice fragrance. Again, and it is light and airy. I'm running out of skin here. It's like Elroy Jetson. I'm running out of space. But I'm going to put it on skin because it just reacts better on skin, and it's easier to tell you what I'm thinking if it comes off my skin. So, oh yeah. Definitely, to my nose, it's their take on a Japanese Oriental type of fragrance. Definitely woody and definitely spicy, definitely masculine. Definitely very, very masculine. But I could see a lot of people liking this scent. And to me, this could be a signature scent. This could be a daily driver, especially for those of you who work in offices or banks or around places where you can't wear a lot of strong perfume and cologne. Like say you may even work at a hospital or something, and you want to put on something, but you don't want it to be too strong or too loud, or just you don't want a fragrance to draw a lot of attention to yourself because, I mean, you may be married. There's a lot of reasons to not want a strong, protruding fragrance, you know what I mean? And if you don't, then this Nissan Patrol for $6.99, I think it's a great pickup. And again, I got all of these for $60 and just a little bit of change. It was more than 60, less than 61. Now, this one, Nissan Gtr, I really liked. I wore this one Saturday as I was watching football games. Yeah, I want to say it was Saturday. And this one is a sweet, but not candy sweet, but still it's got some sweetness. Definitely spicy. It reminds me of something, and I can't, goodness. I want to say it reminds me of something from Perry Ellis, and I can't quite put my nose on what it is, but it's a sweet fragrance. Yeah, that's my battery. It's a sweet fragrance, but it's not a sickening sweet or a baccarat sweet or a unisex sweet. It's very much a sweet that stays on the masculine side. I mean, of course, a woman can wear anything she wants. It is what it is. You know, I do believe fragrances, whether you think they have a gender or not, I do feel like they have a target audience. And I think some are more masculine, even if they're unisex, and some are more feminine, even if they're unisex. That's just my opinion. But I don't think this one would be confused with anything. You know what? I'm just gonna spray it right there. Anything that would be considered unisex. But I do think it has a nice red apple. That's what I was trying to think of. Red apple vibe. So anything that you can think of with red apple in it, this fragrance is going to remind you of that because the red apple is very, very pronounced in it. Ooh, excuse me, y'all. Very pronounced. Red apple. But I got decent performance out of this. Again, it's a parfum concentration, and it's 100 mils for $6.99. You can't beat that. Out of all the fragrances on this list, I think this is the one on this list, or in this video. I think this is the one that I will get the most use out of and will enjoy the most, and that is Nissan's GTR. Nissan, I will be trying to pick up the rest of them as I see them, but I like them for $6.99. I think they're pretty good fragrances, and that's one that I think, again, it's nice. I absolutely love that fragrance. Nice, sweet red apple. Is it Perry Ellis? Maybe Perry Ellis Portfolio Red that it reminds me of. It reminds me of something from the house of Perry Ellis. Can't quite put my finger on which one it is yet, but it's one of them. But anyway, guys, I've got to wrap this up so I can edit it and get it up for you guys to see it. Happy Monday. I hope you all had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Hope your college team won. Mine did. And your NFL team won. I don't know. I need to check and see if my Niners won. But anyway, guys, you already know the drill. Thank you so much for returning to the scene of the crime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And for being the best part of this channel. I greatly appreciate it. You already know the drill. I love you all, and may God bless you all. Until next time, guys. Peace.